The Adelaide Hills Rally is go. Good morning, everybody. Greg Rust and Dean Herridge with you. All as a part of EROAD Live on the Bosch Motorsport Australia Rally Championship social media channels. It's round 5 of the series. Some awesome roads here. And when we left Service Park this morning, we were confronted with more rain than was forecast, but it is dry here. Cool, but dry.
And we're not far out, to be honest. It surprised us. We got here. They haven't had much rain. The Service Park has. It won't change too many things. And it was dry in a lead up. Beautiful day yesterday and some beautiful shy roads. You can see Rusty by the look of this, hard packed, almost our race circuit version. Okay, so last year Harry Bates covered this stage, the Glen 1, in a fraction over 5 minutes. So he's due any time. You can talk or show what Dean has just been talking about. They're really hard packed, fast surface, inbound. Car is inbound now, so we'll talk to Harry in a second. And remember, just a clarification on what you talked about last night. With his Rally 2 car in transit on the way back from Hokkaido in Japan, he reverts to a car that he's very familiar with, the Neil Bates Motorsport built Yaris. Championship winning car. Said he hasn't driven it since November last year. This is his first run in anger. I'll run around the door here and grab him, Rusty. Let's see. So smell of brakes, some new brake pads on there. Harry, first pass through there. All feel familiar?
Yeah, all felt familiar. It's bit different being back in the old car, but I sort of said to myself this morning we'd go with how it felt, and that felt pretty good. So it was a good start, neat, just a bit conservative under brakes. There's lots of junctions in there that you don't want to overshoot. So yeah, I think we can find a bit of time in the second pass.
What is the difference, as a one stage off and you had to put one marker or one thing we'd understand of the difference between the two cars? What might it be?
Probably the difference in the chassis and the suspension. So this just has a different way of generating its grip to the Rally 2 car. The Rally 2 car overall feels softer. This feels stiffer. Maybe in Adelaide it's not such a bad thing. It's pretty high grip rally. So having this chassis underneath me is feeling all right at this point.
Good start, mate. Safe and done.
So Harry and Coral Taylor head off there. Probably worth sharing, and you might have done and got a little bit out of Harry in relation to that. The opening few Ks of this stage, the warning for some of the drivers is about a loose surface across the top, and then it becomes more hard packed like we're seeing here
Correct.
at the end.
I think they've had some grading because we're on Shire roads. They get looked after by the local council and bits and pieces. They graded it not long ago, and the thing with that is that then you have a looser surface on top. Unless it weathers in and gets some weather over time or over months, it gets hard packed again. So early in this stage, 3.5 Ks into the 10 Ks, they have to deal with a loose surface on the outside of it. So.
Here comes the Pedder's Skoda. So coming in hot too. Now remember, in terms of the manufacturers' championship, the Skodas are actually on top at the moment by a fraction over the Toyotas. Let's go to Scotty here. How was that stage?
Insane.
Insane?
Yeah, pretty quick. Car's good. Outbraked myself a few times, just trying a little bit too hard, but gee, that's a morning wake up.
Okay, so for the next one coming up, what's the sort of notes you've made in the course of recce and so on? What can you expect?
Just the same, bullshit fast.
Okay, right. There you go. He's clearly in a good mood, and off he goes, along with Glenn McNeil. So let's have a look at some times coming in here. Wow, is that Scott on top? So 4 minutes 51.463. Scott Pedder has cleared it. And we'll just give the time of Harry Bates as well. 4 minutes 58 there, the time's coming through. So roughly 7 seconds the advantage over 10 kilometres. Good run by Scott Pedder.
Yeah, 3/4 of a second a K. Probably with the language and the way that Harry spoke, I'm not surprised by that. Maybe half a second a K. We thought it'd be a bit closer, to be honest, early on. But Harry seemed conservative. He said, it was a bit tentative under brakes. There's a few junctions there. But, very solid run from Scott, who wants to no doubt make up from Gippsland.
Apologies for the language there. Bit of fun with Scott Pedder. BS fast is what he said in terms of of what to expect on these stages. So good opportunity this weekend for Lewis Bates. So he's in the Rally 2 car. So we haven't, as I said, I think in our preview on the official website, that I don't think we've seen the best of him so far this year. Good chance here.
Yeah, it is a good chance, and I think he'll have some confidence after Gippsland. Obviously clearly that accident in Queensland ruffles your feathers a little bit, you lack a little bit of confidence, but you need to have confidence here. You have to be fast. One brake application, make the thing work, turn the car in. Around here, you get penalised if you're tentative in that sort of thing. So, I'll be interested to see what he has to say, in regards to how he's feeling in the car on opening stage, which, as Scotty said, sometimes for this first opening, a bit of damage right front.
Oh, yeah,
clip the post there on the right front, I'd reckon. We'll obviously ask for clarification on that from Lewis Bates and Anthony McLaughlin. So, Lewis, a little bit of damage on the right front bumper. A post, was it, maybe?
Yeah, just ran over a post on the second last corner there, but other than that, a clean run.
How's it feel? Rusty and I were just saying you need confidence on these roads in regards to braking, where to turn. How was your first stage through, mate?
It's a good wake-up call. It's an extremely fast stage and requires a lot of commitment. So, yeah, we're definitely woken up now. Game on.
Plenty of posts out there like that that's different. This rally, there's like just on the apex, there's lots of little white posts. Some are plastic, some are metal. You never know which one's which.
Yeah, exactly. I think we clipped the metal one then, which is a bit of a bugger. But anyway, we'll push on.
Good start there. Solid start.
So that damage on that front right of the car looks superficial. Now, he has actually come in with a quicker time than his brother by a second.
1.4.
1.4, yeah, sorry, yeah.
The thing about that, they're all coming in, it is a very fast stage. Like, I think it just grabs your attention on how quick the roads are. Like, it comes at you so fast. I mean, the average in here is about 120 k's an hour. That's the average. So, depending on the junctions where you're at, it's commitment over the crests and things. You don't have a lot of time to think. It's just all got to come natural. As the day progresses, you become relaxed with that. But the first one, as Lewis says, it's a wake-up call. And, obviously you had the same sort of reaction from Scott.
So does that change then from here? Is that the kind of little reminder in some respects? Okay, right, this is what I've got to deal with now. I've got to get back in the zone of what to expect in the Adelaide Hills and maybe change it up a little bit for a Harry Bates from this point on.
Oh, absolutely. Harry will now look at the times. He knows there's time in there, but he goes, I've got to wake up and wake up fast. I can't second-guess this car. I've got to get confident under brakes and make sure I make it count.
Okay. The Maguire entry makes its way into
same damage.
the
I reckon
control.
that post for him as well. Same damage on the right front, just on the light.
Let's dive in here and try and have a little word. Is there a little bit of contact there on the front right? What happened?
Don't know.
Don't know?
I don't know what I hit, but no. It was all right. It wasn't anything super fast in there. Kept it smooth, but yeah, just didn't really have the momentum, I don't think.
You don't think you have?
No.
Okay, so what have we got to do with the next stage to kind of get that? Is that a reset from your point of view?
Should probably understand the grip level. There's quite a bit of grip out there, and it doesn't look like it. So it's about feeling it and getting the confidence in the grip.
Cool. Just before we let you go, good work by this team. Some parts and things arriving a little late and so on. You feel like you're all okay now that we're underway?
Yeah, we're all set and ready to go. It was touch and go there for a bit with some parts going from Europe, but no, we're all set in and good, feeling good. But yeah, we just got to find that grip.
Give it heaps.
Thanks.
There he is. We'll let Eddie Maguire go with Zach Brakey. So,
second quickest, 5.2. So have a look at Lewis and through to Harry between Eddie. So really, Scotty so far has done a bit of a bolter to be half a second a K in front. So he's 5 seconds up on Eddie. The rest of them are literally within 2 seconds over 10K. So it is very close in that sort of next spot.
and interesting too, like just some of the comments filtering through. So Eddie feeling like he doesn't quite have the momentum, the rhythm that he wants yet. So, I mean, second fastest, not a bad start when you don't think you've hit your straps just yet. A little bit of sprinkle starting to happen as we talk to you here on EROAD Live. If you've just joined us, this is round 5 of the championship. You can follow along with the results, of course, too. Go to our official site, rally.com.au, click on the Subaru Results Hub, and you can keep up to date across all the different classes in the championship and the stage results as they happen.
No, and great resource for us. We use that resource all the time. Championship points are on there as well. You hear them just firing through that flying finish at the end there. This is, of course, going to be Alex Rullo, who's generally pretty confident behind the wheel of the car in these faster sort of roads. Very hard pack. It's difficult. We'll talk about it when they've gone through, just on the tyre versus the road and what that means from a driver feel point of view. But let's have a look at Alex Rullo and Steve Glennie. Car looks all in good condition and slick. Alex, all the comments so far is just how much of a wake-up call this stage is with how fast it is, etc. How was it for you?
Yeah, good. It's fast, so yeah, just a little bit getting used to the wider roads and how much speed you can carry. But yeah, our notes are good. We're nursing a little bit of an engine issue before the stage that cleared out. So hopefully that doesn't come back. But yeah, I know it's good. The car feels good. So hopefully we put in a decent time.
Good,
So
Brian?
you just reported there a small engine fault prior to the stage. It was doing something you've had to reset. What? Expand on that a little.
Yeah, just prior to the stage. It doesn't like cold mornings.
Okay, Hyundai doesn't like cold mornings like most people.
Apologies there too. I talked over you a little bit, Dino. I made reference to Steve Glennie. I said, all good, brother, and kind of gave him the thumbs up, and he was happy. So that rain, which was pretty reasonable at Pedder's Rally Central when we left this morning, seems to have edged its way towards us. It almost feels like we're in a little bit of cloud here at the moment, doesn't it? So
Almost like what happened at the service park, to be honest. That'll be a little bit
let's go around to the camo green Luff machine. Are we happy?
Yeah, just happy to get that first stage out of the way. It was pretty cool in there.
Yeah, okay, so, I mean, that's a good thing that a few people have been talking about rhythm, right? You feel like you got a little bit of rhythm now?
Towards the end of the stage, we're getting the rhythm, just trying to ease into it. But yeah, it was surprisingly slippery at the start. Then there's some really grippy stuff, so you just got to watch that surface and drive to the conditions.
Do we love this event? Has it been good? I mean, are you looking forward to what's up the road now?
Oh, it's friggin' scary, I can tell you that much.
Righto, we'll leave him to it. He gives us the thumbs up. I love that new colour. That's good, isn't it?
It does look pretty cool. Bit of brake smoke coming off, particularly if you've had new pads in. This is where they will work out. Co-driver Brad pops his head out just going, that bit of smoke, and I'm pointing to him, no, it's the brakes.
Brakes,
Front
yeah.
and rear, a lot of cars coming in with a bit of, brake smoke coming from the rear of the car, ironically, with the way it's set up. I showed the times to Brad, and of course they're, 17 seconds off Scott's pace. He just sort of murmured the language like, wow. I don't know what he meant by wow, whose time he looked at, but to sort of recap, Scott Pedder, the two Skodas actually out front at the moment, 5.2 in Scotty's favour, then Lewis, Harry, Alex is about 7 off Harry, and then you've got another 3 back to the Luffs.
Now, we're waiting to for the second of the Maguire entries, and then also Peter Rullo too. Just to recap what we talked about last night, the entry list showed that he would have been in the regular Hyundai, but he has in fact switched to the Skoda this weekend, which has triggered all sorts of things for me. Is that something that they're thinking about for 2025 and beyond? That's a car that Shane van Gisbergen has campaigned before, so...
It could be. You never know, because I think they would love some Hyundai or factory support to help them through. I think at the moment they have a really intense program, and they don't have a spare engine for that Hyundai, or it was on its way. So to stay match fit, they've grabbed another car, and maybe that does give them an opportunity to try, something a little different there. So, all right, let's go for Steve Maguire, see how his confidence is on these high-speed stages. How was the first one to get out of the way, mate?
That's fast. gonna need all me nuts this weekend.
You're not the only one to say that. That's a real eye-opener for a first stage, isn't it?
It is. They're really good roads over here. The only shire roads that we got in the championship. So yeah, got to make the most of it and enjoy it.
The thing is, it is a small reset. There's so much focus and concentration needed when the speed's on like that, isn't it?
Yeah, just everything's got to be precise. You lift, you brake. You just drop so much time. So hopefully that was okay.
Good start. Car's feeling okay then. It's all solid.
Car's good.
All right, well, that's a good happy camp in regards to the car feel. We'll see what the time looked like to see whether he gets any happier about that or not. So Maguire's 15 seconds off the lead pace, sits in 6th, so he's basically split Alex, Rullo and the Luff brothers. You see Eddie in the teammate or similar car out in front. That felt solid, but I think he'll need to find a little bit more. He's loving the roads and its commitment, and he talked about that, and he said it felt solid, but he'll have to find a little bit more if he wants to be up the pointy end.
Just while we wait for the next car to come in, we might get our cameraman Robbie to pan around and just show you. Just give us a good morning, guys. Give us a little wave, a little thumbs up. This, I think, if I've got the names right, is Graham and Carmel, isn't it? And they had been here since 6 o'clock this morning. Just a reminder to you of the wonderful people that we have here volunteering to make this event happen, and there are all sorts of
through the stages, road closures, start officials, etc. It would have been cold here at 6 o'clock this morning, so fantastic. All right, this was Peter Rullo you're talking about in the Skoda, and it will be interesting to see what he thinks the difference is in regards to the chassis, how the car feels on the open road, and also, of course, how he compares to Alex, who has had the speed on Peter. Does this make a difference, the car through these roads and the commitment?
So we'll dive in here and have a word to Peter Rullo if we can. Switch of machinery for you this round. We're only one stage in. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it felt pretty good actually, like just getting our head around the Skoda on this type of stuff, but
yeah, it felt pretty good.
A little bit of drops of rain on the screen, but it's dry underneath. You weren't put off by that?
No, not at all. It just kind of suppressed the dust, but no, the car's feeling pretty good. I just need to build up to it.
He's been with us. You can find it on the social media. A great story where we went and did some paintball. The smile is still wide. You're enjoying yourself here, aren't you?
It is, mate. It's freaking awesome. I love this shit.
Righto, there he is, Peter Rullo. Happy at the end of stage 1?
We don't have a time up for Peter yet, so whether that's an issue, we'll have to find on that. So, yeah, no time for Peter. How did he say it went? It was pretty good in there?
He's happy.
Okay.
So, solid start. I mean, I think, as you've detailed here already for a number of them, there is this is a really interesting thing for me, right? Because some of them have talked almost as though settle in, reacquaint with the fast roads here, but the game is so competitive in this championship now. You actually can't afford to do that over the first 10Ks, can you?
I mean, have a look at someone like Steve Maguire, who's podiumed in Queensland. He's 15 seconds off. It's over a second a K, which is hemorrhaging time. That's hard to get back. It's a little different when there's junctions and you know the road condition changes and you can go wide and make up a second here or half a second there. In here, that'll be, and you can't make it back. Yeah, as a driver, you want to try and get that all back in like one corner. It never works that way. You'll end up on the side of the road. So it's about just finding your rhythm and trying to get on top of that as soon as you can. You know, lots of things to play out in the sport. The thing I was going to mention before about hard-packed roads, of course, our gravel MRF control tyre is a knobbly tyre. It's almost like a motocross tyre, etc. On these high-speed roads, we have a medium to choose from or a soft. They walk. So sometimes this sort of energy you get through the car is the car walking because the tyre moves on the top. So, you know, if you have a look at Bod Readings tyres on the way through here, he's production runner. He's probably running a second-hand tyre, and it's not even chewed out on those, where some of the lead runners are, of course, in some brand new MRFs. Bodie, how was that through there in the Subaru, mate?
It wasn't too bad. It was a bit slippery than I was expecting, actually. So, yeah, luckily we probably chose the right tyres this morning.
So you went a soft, I'm assuming, through that one?
Yeah, soft, and they weren't brand new either. Like, we're very limited for tyres for this event. So I'd rather use the softs today than tomorrow. So I'm glad that the weather's probably more suits it today.
I was just mentioning that before as you rolled in, the lead car's running a brand new tyre. You're a privateer outfit. You've got to save money where you can. So you went on second-hand tyres and you feel you've chosen that pretty right.
Yeah, I think so. Like when I woke up this morning, it was raining a bit. I was like, you know, that's good. That's what we want, sort of thing. But yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to look after a few stages with the surface type, but we'll just see how it goes.
It seemed to get everyone's attention through there. How quick it was. How did you go through there, mate?
I was expecting it. Like I thought it was pretty good. There was a few places where I could have gone a little bit harder, but yeah, just the grip was very inconsistent, so that probably didn't help. Yeah.
Brave Tasmanians there, mate. So good luck, well done. First of our, of course, main fixed production cup runners, and his fight's a little different to what we're seeing in outright terms. So
great opportunity for that young man this weekend with Molly Taylor overseas to try and claw back the points lead that she has. And no doubt Molly is watching, so a big g'day to you as well. So he's actually come in with a time quicker than the Luffs.
That's
wow,
pretty good. He split Peter Rullo, who now has a time on the board. So Peter Rullo just 1.1 seconds behind Steve Maguire, and then, of course, split the Luffs. That's pretty good. We would expect normally that a production car will go closer to a Rally 2 or even a WRC car, for that matter, on the fast roads. Because, where these Rally 2 cars are exceptional is their braking and their ability to ride the rough and the junctions and the acceleration out of the corners compared to a production car. Here, it's all about maintaining speed so you don't burn up as much time. You can be a bit closer seconds per K.
And let's be honest, that Les Walkden Subaru sounds damn good.
It's a great version. A lot of people call it the GC model. It's a sounding really boxer sound. Over time, you lose that a little bit based on the way that the new generation cars are. But
next car is approaching us. Don't forget too, we have highlight shows at the end of each day, Saturday and Sunday. Stay across our social channels for details on where you'll be able to watch that. We've had a great partnership with Seven throughout the year as well. So what about Tony Sullens coming in?
Dropped about 30 seconds, so we'll have a chat to him and see. Is his screen a little bit misted up there? I can't see. Maybe he's struggling to see on that one there. But probably the most amount of time we've seen lost.
Tony, just a little initial look at the time. It seems as though you've dropped a few in there. Is it like about 30 seconds maybe relative to some of the others? Feel all right?
Yeah, 100% that's still right. We came down the hill and had to turn right, left, whatever it is, off the road. And it was a hairpin. And in recce, I'd gone through the first bit, and so we lined up for that, and there's all bunting across the road. So I had to back and another go. When I got the road here, there was another left and right around a thingo, and the handbrake doesn't work on the car. So I couldn't get it to turn in, and I had to back and have another go. So
Is that something you can fix in service, or you got to put up with that for the event?
I'll put up with that for the day, but it's also got a bit of a boost issue. It's over boosting and keeps surging. Burp, 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 burp. So,
how much is that going to hurt you on these roads?
only till I get back to service. I can fix it at service. So
thanks for talking
Thank
to
you,
us.
mate.
Cheers. There he is, Tony Sullens. So with a couple of things to try and resolve there. He's talking about the car over boosting at the moment, but that can be resolved in service.
Okay.
And he has a handbrake issue too that he doesn't think he'll be able to fix until day's end. So he's got to put up with that. And they had a moment, just recapping for Dean, who's been talking with some of the officials here, and he may not have heard the conversation. But he had a moment where it was a left and he went right and had to recover that. So that explains the loss of time.
If you're going to limp through with no handbrake, probably the roads in Adelaide are the ones to do it. Not a lot of areas that you need to use it, like some narrow, tighter roads and bits and pieces. So you can sort of get away with that.
Cool. Mr. Producer, Rob, are we nearly done, or I'm getting the wind up here, folks? So thank you for joining us on the opening stage of the day, and that has kind of lit the fire for us. This is a fantastic event. It is the penultimate round of the championship, and a lot is going to play out here. Harry Bates comes in with 60 points, just over, in his pocket in the Drivers' Championship. Still Tasmania to come here. Little bit of rain falling. What will the rest of the day bring? We'll keep you up to date right here.